Hello out there. We're on the air. Welcome back to 88 SATS Radio. Glad to have you here tonight. We're going to be learning about the Fountain app. And since day one, pretty much, of this channel, I've been talking about earning free Bitcoin. And we're still kind of at the stage in the adoption cycle of Bitcoin where this is possible. I don't know how long it'll be this way, but we have to take advantage of this kind of stuff while we can. And so I'm going to be giving you another example tonight of a good way to earn free Bitcoin, and that is the Fountain app. So we've talked about ShakePay before, we've talked about the Brave browser, and we've talked about Fountain as well. But tonight I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of the ins and outs of Fountain app. So it's going to be like a 3 or 4 part. So the first part here, I'm just going to be talking about what is the Fountain app. And it's basically like every other podcast app out there right now, like Spotify, like Apple, Google, Amazon. It looks the exact same, the interface, all the same podcasts are on there for the most part. But the key difference is that you can actually earn free Bitcoin. And if you're feeling up to it, you can send some back to the podcaster themselves. So it's pretty new. It's a little bit clunky still. And just to give you an idea of how new they are, I was listening to a podcast with Jack Dorsey on it a couple weeks ago, and they were talking about Noster, and they were talking about the Fountain app and value for value. If you get value, you can give some back without any sort of friction. And that's what the Fountain app is for. But they had the CEO on there with Jack, the CEO of the Fountain app. I think his name's Oscar. But anyways, it was a really interesting episode. I had some issues with the Fountain app, and I sent in a message to their support team, and it was Oscar who got back to me, like the CEO of Fountain. So I'm thinking they only have like 2 or 3 employees at this point, if the CEO is the one answering the messages. But anyways, I just thought I'd mention that before you try it out, because it is a little bit clunky. It doesn't work perfectly. It sounds like they're building their team, and they're going to be obviously improving the performance of the app and getting rid of some of these bugs. But that's just kind of a disclaimer there. And our podcast, The Kingdom, which we do live on YouTube every Wednesday night, we started putting these on the Fountain app. And so I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of how to stream SATs. It's pretty easy, but I'm going to do it anyway. So and once you get onto the Fountain app, once you have it downloaded, I'm actually going to put a link in the description below. I think that there's a referral link, but another issue they have at Fountain is that it's not working great, and it takes you to some weird part of the app. And so I'm not going to bother with the referral part of it. I'll just leave a link to our podcast here below, so you can go directly there, and you can set up a profile from that link. So once you get a profile on there, you can search for any podcast. You can kind of scroll through to see them, but I'm going to go to the Kingdom first and just show you what it looks like when you're streaming SATs. So you can type in Kingdom. Oh, something went wrong. See, that's kind of what I mean here. It is a little bit tricky at times, but okay, here it is, the Kingdom podcast. So I'm going to go to episodes, and I'm going to put on a podcast here. And so at the top there, sorry, I don't have great, you can see it at the top there, it's spinning. So it says 0 sats, and that's how much you're earning every minute. And if you click on that, it says you're earning 1 sat per minute. So it tells you how much you're going to earn that day. Changes every day. Some days it's 1 sat per minute. Some days it's 2 sats per minute. I've had some days where it's 50 sats per minute, I think, or even 100. So that just kind of gives you an idea of how to earn sats using the Fountain app, which is very straightforward. All you do is set up a profile and start listening to a podcast. Find one and start listening. And the second part of this is how to stream sats back to the podcaster if you want to. So this whole Fountain app is kind of based off of the value for value model, which means if you're listening to something and you're getting any sort of value from the podcast, whether that's education, entertainment, anything, if you feel like you're getting value, you can send some back to the podcaster. You don't need to sign up for a monthly membership or anything like that. You can do it directly from the app without any sort of like third party or entering your credit card information in. You just go to the podcast that you're listening to there, and then you click stream. So right in the middle, stream, and you can actually set how many sats per minute you want to stream to the podcast. So you can choose 10. I think 10 might be the minimum. Yeah, we'll do 10. So set it to 10, and then you just toggle it, little part at the bottom there. You turn on streaming sats, and then update sats per minute. And now every minute that I listen to this show right now, it's going to automatically stream 10 sats per minute to the podcaster, which is pretty cool, I think. Maybe I'm a nerd, but I think that that's pretty slick. So that's one way to do it. You can either stream sats, or the alternative there is you can actually send a boostagram. And from the same part there, I see it's streaming there right now, but there's a boost button right beside it. And so you can just click boost, and then you can choose how many sats you want to boost. I'll just do 100 here. And then you can actually send a message too on there. So there's different podcasts that are doing different things with this right now. And I think it's a really cool way of incentivizing people to give back. So some shows do, like if you give over X amount of sats, then they read your message on the air during their show and stuff like that. So I think that there will be different ways that podcasts gamify this, which I think is genius. So you can type in a message there. I'll just put the nuclear sign, and then you just click boost, and it sends 100 sats directly to the podcaster's Lightning wallet. Makes a big explosion there. We missed it here, but it did a little explosion. And so that's how you stream sats. You have two options: streaming it per minute, or you can do a boostagram, which you can include a comment, and that comment actually shows up below the show. Oh, okay. We need to turn this off here before I go bankrupt. Sending sats to myself. So this last part here is, I'm just going to be showing you how to fund the wallet, because the majority of people who set this up will probably just start listening to podcasts, build up a little bit of a balance in their wallet just from streaming podcasts. But you can also, if you click wallet at the bottom there, if you click wallet in the bottom menu, and then at the top there, it says wallet and then three little dots. So if you click those three little dots, it says fund wallet, withdraw from wallet. And that's pretty much all you need to know, I think. I'm going to fund it in this case. And the thing about this is it's the exact same process both ways. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to fund the wallet. So you can do with either a bank card or with Lightning. I'm going to use Lightning. And then you get to choose how much you want to deposit. So 5,000, 10,000, 20. I'm going to do 5,000 sats. And then it shows the QR code there. And then since I'm doing this all on my phone, I'm just going to click the bottom there. It says LNBC. So you just click that to copy it. And then if you have a Lightning wallet, like a Moon wallet or a wallet of Satoshi, then you open up that and you just press send. And then you can just paste that address into Moon. And this happens pretty fast. So I'll give you a little bit of a heads up here, but there's no real warning of, do you want to confirm this transaction or not? Oh, sorry, there is for paying, not for receiving though. So it says $5,000, a 1 sat fee, which is consistent with how the Lightning Network works. There's hardly any fees. And then you just press send. So I sent $5,000, not dollars, 5,000 sats from my Moon wallet into my Fountain wallet. And if you want to withdraw, so say you have a podcast on here, or you listen to podcasts for a year and you have like 50,000 sats on here and you want to withdraw them from the same spot, the three dots at the top there, click that and just go withdraw from wallet. And then it says withdraw from wallet. So you click that button and then it asks how much you want to withdraw. So I'll just do the same thing, 5,000 sats. So I'm taking these sats out of my Fountain wallet that I've earned, whether through a podcast or from streaming, and then I'm sending it to my Lightning. And this is kind of the weird part. So I'm withdrawing it from Fountain. It looks the same. It has a QR code there and then a little address at the bottom. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to copy that. And the weird thing for me is that normally I would expect to click receive here on the Moon wallet, but because it's an invoice, I actually am going to press send here. So you click send, you paste that address that you copied from the Fountain app, paste it in, and then click continue. And this is what I was talking about because there's no warning or anything here. So I'm going to click continue and it's connecting there. And it says 5,000 sats showed up. Don't know how that works when you're sending but receiving. I don't know. A little over my head there, but I kind of just figured it out through trial and error, and it happened to work one day. So that's how you withdraw funds from the Fountain app and how to deposit funds into the Fountain app. I think we're going to leave it there for today. This was a quick episode, but it's exactly what I wanted. Honestly, it's pretty straightforward. If you had an hour or two to figure out the ins and outs of the Fountain app, I'm pretty sure that you could. I just figured I'd make a video on here to show you a few examples of what the capabilities are on Fountain, save you some time. And that's about it. There's a lot of other cool things that you can do on the Fountain app, including if you have a premium account, you can do clips. So I think it's like $3 a month. But if you're listening to a podcast and say there's like 2 or 3 minutes that you really enjoyed from the podcast, you can clip that, post it to your profile. And if other people see that and listen to it and like it, then you get some sats into your wallet. So even though you didn't do the podcast, the fact that you did the clip and people like that, you get value for that. And I think a portion even flows to the podcaster, which rightfully so, they should get a portion of that. But yeah, for the most part, pretty straightforward. Get the Fountain app, start earning some free sats. You can find the Kingdom podcast on there if you don't feel like staring at our faces for an hour on YouTube. It's a good way to, it's a good alternative, and you get some free Bitcoin as well. So I hope you have a great evening and a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.